What's up and welcome to FPL Today. My name is JNO, welcome to the channel and welcome to FPL Transfer Window, where I look at the new transfers into the Premier League in association with FPL updates, where I also write an article predicting the prices I believe these players will come in at. Go and check out my article in the link down below, and also favourite the website because they're putting plenty of articles up to help you in the pre-season leading to the kickoff of Fantasy Premier League. And also, if you want to support the channel and you can't commit to being a Patreon and supporting me monthly, I have set up a Ko-fi page or a coffee page, I'm not even sure how you say that, but also check out that link in the description where you can just give me a one-off donation to support the channel and help me grow, get new graphics, get new equipment and stuff like that. But remember, you don't have to, you can just enjoy the content for free here on YouTube. Just maybe hit that like button for me. And another announcement, we will be going live throughout pre-season to do Q&As and also to rate my teams. So that is two things coming to the channel that hopefully I'll be doing quite frequently before the Premier League season starts. But let's get into the episode. So guys, today the first big transfer we are going through is Alexandre Lacazette, moving from Lyon to Arsenal. A massive transfer here for Arsenal, who have needed a top quality striker for a while and have been chasing Lacazette for a while, who could be the answer to all of their problems with that striker position. Now, Arsenal fans have been calling for a big money signing in that striker position for a while now, as Giroud and the likes of Walcott have all tried to play there and failed. Lucas Perez, people had hopes for him last season in the transfer window, but he didn't really come through with any amazing performances. So Lacazette could now be the one coming in, and with supply from the likes of Xhaka, Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil, so many more players and the way they play, Lacazette maybe could be the final piece of the puzzle, at least attacking wise, to make Arsenal get back into that top four which they missed out on last season. Now, I've put undisclosed, there's lots of rumours about how much has been spent on Lacazette, but as far as Sky Sports are concerned, they've said the transfer fee is undisclosed, so I'm going to stick with that as well. But in the 2016-2017 season, according to Who Scored, which is where I get my stats on foreign players from, he had 28 appearances with 28 goals scored, which is a great return. He also had 3 assists that season as well, so he was involved in 31 goals in total, with a shots per game at 2.8, key passes at 1.7, man of the match, 7 awards of man of the match, and an average rating of 7.57. So those stats suggest a player that is really worth the money that Arsenal has spent. Hopefully he can bring those stats over from the French League into the Premier League. There is always the worry of foreign players not being able to translate their form from foreign leagues in the Premier League, which is a bit of a different animal. But I have high hopes for Lacazette. I'd imagine he's going to come in at quite an expensive price with all the hype around him and his consistency of scoring goals. He's not only scored this amount of goals last season, but he's been doing it for a couple of years now in France. So there's big hopes for him. I believe he's someone you really have to keep an eye on, because he may be one of those players that is a must-have this season. It's potentially there. And if you want more details about Alexandre Lacazette, make sure to tune in tomorrow at 4 o'clock for the FPL player analysis for Lacazette, where we go over more of his seasons and his strengths in the game. The second transfer we have to cover is Tom Ince, back in the Premier League, now moving from Derby to Huddersfield for 10 million. Now, Huddersfield are obviously looking to bring in players that can do the job for them in the Premier League. They're trying to upgrade their team, and they're trying to get players that have played in the Premier League before, or at least have some sort of calibre where you know they will do a certain job for you in the Premier League. Now, Tom Ince has played in the Premier League before, so hopefully he can bring some of the stats from the Championship up with him into the Premier League. He's trying to prove himself, so he's going to be hungry to have a good season, which is always good. And Tom Ince is the kind of player that may have that cheap midfielder price tag, which could make him your 4th midfielder and could be very good value for money come this season. But an asterisk on this, I personally don't think Huddersfield are going to do that well this season. They are making moves in the transfer market, but for me, you need to have a certain base there already, which convinces me you're going to stay up. I don't think you can buy your way transitioning from Championship to Premier League. But we shall see. I hope to be proven wrong, and hopefully Tom Ince can have a great season for us FPL managers. In the 2016-2017 season for Derby County, he had 41 appearances in total, scoring 14 goals and getting 6 assists. Now these are the kind of numbers that you want to be seeing from a player coming up to the Premier League to make him even worth your time considering. Now that's 20 goals he was involved in total out of 41 appearances, and shots per game was at 2.9. If you actually remember Lacazette's shots per game, he's 0.1 higher than Lacazette for shots per game, and key passes is only 0.1 lower than Lacazette with 1.6. He got 6 Man of the Match awards as well, and an average rating of 7.18. Now, of course, he was probably playing against weaker opposition than Lacazette would be playing in the French league, although that is up for debate. But Tom Ince is definitely someone to keep an eye on, because you need to jump on cheap midfielders quickly, aka Joshua King last season, to make sure you get the points that everyone else isn't getting. The earlier you got Josh King in when he started scoring, the better your rank probably was. And then finally we're covering Tammy Abraham and his loan move from Chelsea to Swansea. Now this has good potential for us FPL managers, purely because Llorente looks like he's not going to start the season for Swansea, which means Tammy Abraham may be the one leading the line come the kickoff of the Premier League. Now if that is the case, then Tammy Abraham, probably coming in at a cheap price, could be our third striker, and with the likes of Sigurdsson behind him, and me personally thinking Swansea will do better than they did last year, Tammy Abraham could be a very good solution for that third striker role when the season kicks off. Will I put him in straight away? Pre-season will probably dictate that, but he's definitely an option now he's gone from Chelsea to Swansea. In the 2016-2017 season, where I believe he played for Bristol, he managed to get 40 appearances in total, getting 23 goals and 3 assists. That's 26 goals he was involved in. Shots per game was at 2.7 and key passes was at 1.0. 4 Man of the Match awards and an average rating of 7.06. So that is definitely a decent return from Tammy Abraham, although that was for Bristol in a much lower league than the Premier League standard. So that is it for this episode of the FPL transfer window. Of course, if you want to know my estimated prices for these players, go to fplupdates.com to check out my price predictions for these players and a few more stats as well. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to like and consider subscribing if you are new to the channel and you enjoy FPL content. Also, check out all my links in the description down below. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.